Well, welcome everyone. How are you? It's good to see you all. You guys could have been any place else in the world, but you chose to be here with us.
Bus broke down.
and we're not even that good looking, you know? I mean, that's what they always say about us anyway, you know? Well, Steve, he's a handsome devil. I shouldn't say that. So we're happy to be here. We're going to talk about drums and bass tonight, not to be confused with drum and bass music. We're not doing that kind of stuff. We're talking about the roles of the drummer and the bass player in a musical context. And the bottom line is your bottom line. What makes your phone ring? Okay? So we're going to talk a lot about that today. We're going to do a lot more playing. We're going to answer questions. And we're here to support you and to support your dreams in music. And let's have a big hand for Easy Music Center.
Yeah.
All the gang. They're so good to us. And why don't you say a few words, Steve?
All right, I'll say a few. You'll have to cut me off when I talk too long. But at any rate, I want to, like Adam said, or Fawn said, I want to thank you all for coming down. Both of us make a living playing music. We also teach here, and that's part of what we do, although our prime motivation for teaching is not financial one. It's speaking for myself, I'm sure it's the same for him, but basically what I'm really interested, I've been doing this in my whole life since I got out of high school, so it's been almost 40 years since I got out of high school. But the main thing is, I really enjoy playing music. I do it because I love it. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. I'm not a rich man, but I'm a happy man. And lately I've been teaching a lot more, and I've really thought about, well, trying to break it down as to what it is that I really want to impart on people that, you know, are interested in studying bass or music or whatever. And I think it all starts with the joy of music. And where does that come from? It's not physical. I mean, the musician that's inside you is not something you can quantify or put in a bottle or even, you know, categorize. It's something that's within you. And our task as musicians is to express that musical creativity, whether it's in the bass or the drums or the guitar or singing or whatever. And I think before we can even attempt to physically play an instrument, we have to find within us that musician that wants to come out and create. And then from that point on, we can attempt to play music, because music doesn't live in that instrument. I mean, it's an instrument, but somebody's got to play it, you know, and somebody's got to put something into it. And so, I mean, ultimately that comes from you, inside of you. So whether or not you're a bass player or a piano player or a guitar player or whatever, what you're trying to do is express yourself. And to me, that's what's really important, to try and get the people to be able to realize that and grab onto that, and then, you know, we'll take up the physical. And my whole thing as far as a teacher is to try and help people find ways, and it's a constant, you know, it's a constant journey for myself too, to be able to work with the physical, to be able to get in touch with whatever those musical ideas that I have inside. As a bass player and drummer, if you see every band, generally there's a bass player and drummer. And we're usually what's called the foundation of a rhythm section being bass, drums, piano, guitar. Then you'll add a vocalist and horn players and whatever else. But the backbeat, the heart of every rhythm section really does start with the bass and the drums. And so what Vaughn and I did was we started with just a basic, real simple, slow blues shuffle groove. And then we pretty much just took it through a bunch of different permutations, you know. And what we want to talk about with today's workshop is to take several different grooves, which we kind of did in that, and talk about what are the basic elements involved, and realizing what we need to be listening for, what kinds of approaches, you know, the whole outlook, and what's going on. We can start with Vaughn, because a bass player is nothing without a drummer. So why don't you talk a little bit about what we started out with, and and what you were doing, actually the elements of it, and then I'll try and relate how the bass comes in with that.
Okay. Well, we started with a real slow, bluesy shuffle. And as a drummer, one of my roles is to make the music sound like what it's supposed to sound like. So if someone's playing a slow, bluesy shuffle and you got a singer that's up there pouring her heart out to the world about how her man left her and the dog died and the, whatever, you gotta really play that. You gotta play the personality of the song.